Hi, today is Friday, and I'm Mrs. Hofer, and today we are going to do a little bit more comparing and using measurement in a little bit, and I'll talk to you more about that in a second. But first, yesterday we reviewed 3D shapes, and 3D shapes are solids, and today we're going to review 2D shapes. So I have some 2D shapes with me. Remember, 2D shapes are flat. And we have 5 2D shapes that we want you to know. So the first one is, say it when you know it, that's right, it's a circle. And the circle is round and it doesn't have any sides. Okay, and the face of a clock looks like a circle. Um, let's see, when we draw suns, we usually make circles, right? You can see circles all around you. So look and find something in your house right now that's shaped like a circle. Okay? All right, our next shape has 3 sides. I bet you know what it is. And it has 3 points or 3 corners. And it is called a triangle. It's a 2D shape, it's flat. And sometimes a slice of pizza can be the shape of a triangle. And see if you can find any triangles in the room you're in right now. Okay, that's 2. We have 3 more. Next one is a rectangle. Oops, I didn't even show it to you yet. It's a rectangle. It has 2 long sides and 2 short sides, but really rectangles just need to have 4 sides and 4 corners. There are lots of things, and if I turn it, it's still a rectangle. It doesn't matter which way I'm holding it. Doors are shaped like rectangles. Tables are shaped like rectangles. Paper, there's all kinds of rectangles. I bet you can find 2 or 3 right now in the room that you're sitting in. Okay. Our other shape is a special rectangle because it also has 4 sides, but this one has 4 sides that are the same length, and it is called a square. So this one is a square. Oh, I think of a slice of cheese is the shape of a square. Can you think of anything else that's the shape of a square? See if you can find some in your house or in the room that you're in. Okay, has 4 sides and 4 corners. Okay, and our last shape is a little harder to find in the house, but it is a hexagon. Do you remember how many sides a hexagon has? That's right, it has 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. We found in our classroom that if we looked at furniture and looked at the little bolts and nuts, that they were the shape of a hexagon. Maybe you can find some too. Okay, so those are the shapes that we want you to practice. And so we have 2D shapes that are flat and 3D shapes that are solids. Okay, so today you're going to need your papers for lesson 13. There's this one and the one with these containers and a recording sheet. Okay, so you're going to need all 3 of those. And after we get off, you're going to need some containers and something to fill those containers with. So if you have rice or something else that's similar. So and you can use your Play-Doh today. It says to make a small cup that would hold just enough milk for a little kitten to drink. So I have my Play-Doh. Now, if I put my Play-Doh flat, would that hold any milk? No, there would not be able to hold any milk. Maybe just a little bit on the top it might sit on there, right? So I have to fold the sides up so it can hold some milk. And it's just enough for a little kitten. Yeah, there's my container that will hold some milk for a little kitten. Can you make one? Yeah, and then you're supposed to draw that on your paper. But you might just want to make it with your Play-Doh. You don't really need to draw it if you don't want to, okay? But we are going to talk about containers today. Okay, so I have a big container of rice. My rice has been colored pretty colors. You probably just have white rice or maybe brown rice. Okay, but I'm going to fill one of my cups with the rice. I want to see if my container is going to be full, or when something is full, how do we know? That means it goes all the way or is close to the top. If something's empty, it looks like this. It doesn't have anything in it, right? Or we could put something that's half full if we fill it part of the way, right? So I'm going to fill this container with my rice. And we can tell that it's full because it goes all the way to the top. Okay? It holds quite a bit of rice, right? Well, there's a math word for how much something can hold, and that word is called capacity. Can you say that word with me? Capacity. Capacity is how much a container can hold. Right, very good. That word again is capacity. Right, so we're going to check some capacity of things to see if they hold more or less than this container. Okay, so my next container looks like this. It's shorter than this container, but I wonder about the capacity. Is the capacity going to be more or less than my first container? So how would I know? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the rice in here and see if it fills it to the top, or if it goes over, or if it doesn't fill it. Okay, so let's see what happens. Oh, it didn't fill it. So that means this container has more capacity than this one. It can hold more than this one did, right? So let me see. I've got a couple other things over here. I have a cup. Okay. Do you think this little duck cup has a bigger capacity than the water container or applesauce container? I'm going to put my cup in this other box just in case. And I'm going to pour it in. Do you think it's going to have more, less, the same? Oh, wow. Guess what? You can't really see, but let me show you. It has less capacity. It didn't quite go all the way to the top. Okay, so this one had less capacity than this one. But I wonder about this one. We could try that one and see. Oh, wait, we know that when we put it in here, it's going to be full. So this one must be a little bit bigger, right? Okay, so I have some really big containers. Look, this one's not a cup. It's a box. Does box have capacity? Sure does, right? It can hold things. So it also has a capacity. If I fill and pour that in there, oh, that has a less capacity than our cup. Okay, so this one is going to be fun for you at home. If you can ask your mom or your dad or your grown-up to get you some rice, a box of rice maybe, and some containers, or you could just take some containers in the bathtub and you could practice capacity in the bathtub, not with rice, but with water. So you could fill one up with water and see if it has more or less capacity than the other one when you dump the water into the other cup. So I want you to practice with your capacity. You can do it in the bathtub, or you can do it with rice at your kitchen counter, or wherever your grown-up tells you you can, okay? So you're going to fill out this template that says, I found out that this container held the most rice. And you would draw a picture of it, and it had the biggest capacity. And I found out that this container held the least rice. It had the smallest capacity. So of the containers that I did, this one had the smallest capacity. So it would go down there. I would draw a picture of it down there. And of the ones that I did, let's see, where's my box? Oh, yeah, this one had the biggest capacity. So I would draw that picture up there, okay? So you can do that at home and take a picture of that one. Send it to your teacher. Also, you have this page where you're supposed to circle, tell that the containers, let's see, what happens if the containers are not filled to the top? Oh, you're just supposed to talk about this one with your grown-up. Talk about which one you think has the biggest capacity or the most capacity and which one has the smallest capacity, okay? And that is it for today, and we will see you next week. Bye.